saying, why is this man being jailed again for speaking the truth? What has this man done wrong? He's brought down a corrupt charity, a charity that's stealing millions of pounds of donated public funds, which is letting little kids in Africa die. These kids in Africa are dying because of these corrupt charities stealing all the money and not giving anything back. So why is this man being jailed for exposing this charity? Has he committed a crime? No, he hasn't. Has he helped the people? Yes, he has. So why is he in jail? And that's when Team TPR come in, because when you're saying this, I'm spreading this movement even further and further, more and more people would jump on it and be like, turning. Your job then is to be contacting all the national newspapers, international newspapers, people like inspectors, people like that, and saying, and that's where your job is, because while I'm sat in a cell for exposing corrupt charities once again, what will happen is I will be released faster by yous calling them out. Do you know what I mean? That's where your job comes in, and then they will have no other option but to release me. Especially when people email the government in Sierra Leone saying, why is this man in jail? People are tagging the government officials. Sooner or later, they will just have to say, we're going to have to send, he was jailed for this last year, or 2 years ago, we're going to have to release him, he's done nothing wrong. And people are like, why would you want to go to Africa and get jailed? I don't. The truth is, I don't want to go to Africa and be jailed. I don't. However, I'm going to Africa, like I've done last time, to save little kids' lives by exposing corrupt charities, which leaves these charities with no other option but to help the people. When you call them out and expose them, it leaves them with no other option. However, in order to do that and to bring forward these kids' lives and to help save these kids' lives, sometimes you've got to face the punishment yourself in order to move a movement forwards. And the punishment is obviously jail, because that's what they do. And I know for a fact, I'm not stupid, there's going to be hard times and there's going to be good times, but that's part and parcel of it. And when the movement starts even harder and a revolution in Africa comes against corrupt charities, I know for a fact that Team TPR will be head in front of every single person that's trying to bring down corrupt charities, because no one does it. Do you know what charity do you know, or foundation or movement do you know that is trying to bring down corrupt charities? None. The reason why is because they're all assassinated, they're all murdered. That's what happens, or they're jailed. I got jailed in Africa, and they took attempts on my life in Africa, as you all know from when you followed me last year. And as I said, it will happen again, attempts on my life, but that's part of life. But me being shot and stabbed multiple times, and then, yes, Fran girl, bam bam, big up girl. Me being shot and stabbed multiple times, I've healed so quick. Even the doctors saying, I don't know how we healed so quick. But the reason why is because I'm not ready to go yet. My life is for the movement, the TPR movement in Africa against corrupt charities. I'll spend a little 6 weeks there or 4 weeks there, 6 weeks if I'm in prison, 4 weeks if I'm not. And then back home to see my daughters, my son obviously, and then I will go back to Africa again, and back and forth. That's my goal. Yes, yeah, and that's my goal, to do that. And people are like, wouldn't you just want to chill at home? Why? That's not what my life is destined for. My life is not destined for that. Sometimes in life, some people are destined for that, just to chill at home and just with the families and that. My life is not destined. I've been kept alive for the TPR movement, to bring down these, to be there to bring down these corrupt charities with the people in Africa. And I'm fully aware that I will be jailed again in Africa for it, but I won't be died anytime soon. I won't be killed anytime soon. It's going to be a few years before that happens, but it will never happen anytime soon. But I will be jailed a few times. I'm fully aware of that. But as I said, that's part of the movement, and I'm willing and happy for that. It sounds weird that you're happy to be jailed, but I'm happy. It's not about that. It's about saving children's lives. Do you understand when you have little children? If you've been to Africa and you see the suffering of mothers and fathers who try their best in a slum area and they have to watch their children get sick, they can't afford to take their children 10 miles to the hospital or 20 miles to the hospital, because even if they get the hospital, they have to have money to pay for the hospital treatment. So what do they have to do? They have to sit there and watch their children die in their arms when their children could have been saved. These little babies, these little 4-month-old babies, 3-year-old babies, these people in Africa have to sit there and hold their babies and watch them die in their arms when these charities are paid to help these people, but they don't. Do you know what I mean? You've seen it. How many lives did it save in Africa last year? 25 to 30,000 installing fresh water, right? No one can take that away from me. No matter what people say about me, no one can take away what I've achieved in life. No one can take that away. And that is why you will never see anyone be able to contradict what I've done. You cannot contradict what I've done. 25 to 30,000 lives saved of fresh, clean water in a slum area. Countless cataracts operations for children, as you've all seen. These charities should have been doing that. Why is it that one man can go over to Africa and install fresh water so quickly for 25 to 30,000 people and give them cataracts operations, cancer treatment? Why is it that one person can do this? How did I do it? This is exactly how I've done it. I will show you right now. This is how I funded what I was doing. The only way I was able to ever do the stuff I'd done in Africa was when I done this. When I walked straight into these diamond fields in Africa with a bag full of money, with 2 stone cold killers, that's all I had with me. Walked straight into a diamond field, right, where people say, when people say it can't be done. Now let me tell you something. In 2018, I went to Sierra Leone with money, about £50,000, and I spent it all. I ran out of money quick because things cost money in terms of fresh water. I was getting ripped off for the fresh water. They would overcharge me, right? And then I ran out of money and I had to go home to go and get more money. And I got arrested and put in jail for a couple of years, from 2018 to 2023 or 21, whatever it was. This time when I went over, I just went over a big bag of money. And I thought, right, I studied diamonds while I was in prison. Those who followed me for a while will know I just studied diamonds constantly. That's all I'd done, studied diamonds. So I knew when I went to Africa, I'd be ready for my diamonds. And that's exactly what I'd done. I just walked straight in there with a load of fucking money, bought diamonds, and I knew straight away. Then the moment I started dealing with diamonds, that's when I knew straight away I could start making money, which could then allow me to stay in Africa, as you've seen, for a full year. And I'd done so much because of the money of this, because of the money of diamonds, like these diamonds here, where I ended up getting cut and polished, like this, was up on my competition page now. This was a diamond directly from the mines in Africa. Before it's cut and polished, it's just a little rough diamond. I got this one sent off to be cut and polished. This is on my competition page. One of the mods, pin my competition page, please. But as I said, in terms of moving forwards, that is that's the goal. But that's the only way I was able to get control. The only way I was able to get control in the diamond mines, that's me in the diamond mines, once we got control. And it wasn't easy to get control in the diamond fields. You've got to understand, the people who control the diamond mines are stone cold killers. A lot of them are stone cold killers. And you've got to be of a certain mindset and certain type of person in order to just not get wiped out or have everything taken from you. And I managed to achieve that. And that's why I laugh when I see haters online. They've never achieved what I've achieved. That's a fact. No one's achieved what I've achieved. There's not one person that could stand there to say they've achieved what I've achieved. But what happens is, you then have a lot of hate. You have a lot of hate. But moving forward, this is why that program wants to do a film or a program on me because of what I've achieved. But as I said, it's not finished. I've been shot, stabbed multiple times. That's going to be in a Netflix film as well, guys. But it's not over until it's over. And at the moment, it's not. I'm just going to get better. But yeah, Netflix will be good. Netflix will be a good thing. That's coming out in about... I reckon that'll be out. Netflix will be out in about... Netflix will be out in about 8 months, I reckon. They'll put that film out. It's going to be a film or a program. Why did these things happen to you but not the average person? What things, lad? Let's see. No one block him. I just want to know what he's on about. Don't block him. I just want to... Don't know if this is deep for another place. Don't know if this is deep. People say about this being deep, that this isn't alive. This is alive. There's a lot of people who just play old videos, but it's Friday today, guys. I don't know what date it is because of my head injury, but it's definitely Friday. And it is 12:32. So yeah, don't worry, it's a legit one. But let's see. Don't know how these things happen to you, but not know a person. So, I don't know what that was. Yeah, but whatever it is, what you're on about, if you're saying attacks, because that's what happens in life, lad. When you do madness, you got to understand, my life's not the average life. When you say, why does this happen to you but not the average person, it's because I don't live an average life. I don't live... I look, in Africa, I was with stone cold killers. Those who followed me for a long time will remember in Africa, bodies are just be on the floor, or like when them people burst into our fucking place where we were living, and one of them got away, the other one lost his life because our people were defending themselves. This is what happens in Africa. Death drops easy, and it's legal. They don't care about death. Like when that guy robbed the money, the £18,000 or dollars that was meant for a kid's cancer treatment. He stole it from me, pretending to be a doctor. I went to collect my money back off him. I tracked him down. The video's online of the murder. Well, sorry, it wasn't a murder, guys. It was self-defense. Let me just rephrase that. Self-defense. The self-defense, he attacked me first. I went to collect my money. He attacked me first. And I've naturally went and had to defend myself. And he lost his life. But I can't hold guttedness for that. I can't be gutted over that because it was self-defense. For one, that's the first thing for the law. It was self-defense. But the second is, if you steal money what's meant for a child's cancer treatment, you're evil. You're not a nice person. If you steal money for a kid's cancer treatment and you know it's for cancer treatment, you cannot steal that money and expect to live. You can't do that. I was arrested for what they said originally, murder. It wasn't. It was self-defense, and it was proven because my 3 or 4 friends, whatever it was, who were there. The man was by himself because I went to collect my money. So there was 4 witnesses. The 4 witnesses were me and my people. And we all had the same statement that he attacked me first. I'm a foreigner in his country. He stole $18,000 of my cash. He's tried to attack me with a knife. I've managed to take the knife off him and go for him. Now the video what's going around online at the time, showing us chasing him and me doing what I'd done to him, that was self-defense because I didn't know if he had any more weapons in his hands. It was self-defense, and it was classed that it was self-defense as well. So I was never ever charged with a murder charge for that. It was a self-defense in exactly the same way. Only 3 weeks before that, when them burglars tried to burgle our house, and one of them lost their lives, that was nothing to do with me. But that's what happens. So when you said why do things happen to me in life, but it don't happen to the average person, That is a reason, because what happens is when you live a different life like that, you can remember this. I've been in diamond fields, all out fucking warfare in them diamond fields as well. It was well known. A white foreigner, as they see me, even though I'm mixed race, a white foreigner cannot just go into the diamond fields of Africa and take control. We done that. We done that, and there's only, you have to be a certain type of person to be able to do that. Yes, just I would let. You have to, but as I said, then when you said why did the bad things happen to you, but it doesn't happen to the average person. I was jailed in Africa for exposing corrupt charities that were killing kids. These corrupt charities were stealing all the money. I was jailed for exposing them. I installed fresh water for thousands of people, cancer treatment, operations for children who were blind. So the bad things I done was to save our people in the slums who were dying. So you've got to understand that you have good and then you have bad. And that's how life works. In order for the goodness to keep moving forwards, sometimes you have to, the bad people need to go in any way that you can. And that's what happens in life, because they're trying to take you out. If they're trying to take little kids out in Africa, little innocent babies, what are you meant to do? Are you meant to stand there and allow that to happen? When I knew I was being told, do not protest against these corrupt charities because you will be put in jail and they will try to kill you. What happened? They put me in jail and then they tried to kill me. As you're seeing, that's what they done. They tried to kill me by poisoning me. And that's what happens. And then obviously, moving forwards, that's part of life. And then obviously I was shot and stabbed multiple times, part of my skull removed, yeah. But you got to understand this. When I was shot, so when I was first stabbed, actually, the 3rd of June, 3 months ago, when I was first stabbed in my head there, and then they had to operate and remove part of my skull here, I was in a coma for 2 weeks. I signed myself out of hospital only 10 days after that because I needed to go home. And then I was shot and stabbed multiple times only 6 weeks later, which was around about the 25th of July, 7 weeks ago. I was shot and stabbed multiple times. But what happened? The universe brought me back. The universe allowed me to get my power back. Not physically or mentally, because I'm still suffering. I've still got bullet wounds here. Fucking where they fucking had to operate. Bullet wound. Fucking right there, let me lift this one up. But you gotta understand, like this one, like there. Like this is all like this doesn't just come through. You don't just survive this if you've got nothing going for you in life. You don't just survive this. I survived it. I come out on top. And the reason why I say I come out on top is because only 3 weeks after I got shot and stabbed, 2 weeks after I was shot and stabbed, so I know it was 3 weeks, the 25th of July, and my babies were born 3 weeks later on the 15th of August. 3 weeks later, right? 3 weeks later, I was shot and stabbed, right? I then turned around and was able to see my daughters being born. And the reason why I was able to see my daughters being born after being shot and stabbed multiple times is because the universe allowed it. The universe allowed